Hi guys, it's K-Pal here, and today I'm joined with this one, which is...
Me!
I don't know how I'm doing my hands. Montana! Yeah, the crowd goes wild. No, not really. This is start of part 1 to our surviving cancer stories, and I hope you enjoy.
Hey guys, so today we're just going to be doing a surviving cancer video with him and me featuring, of course. And he's going to start off by telling his story, then I'm going to tell mine, then we're going to answer
some questions
on Instagram and Facebook.
Montana, you're first. Ladies first.
February 2013, I got diagnosed with osteogenic sarcoma, which is a rare form of bone cancer, and it was in like the late stages. So it was in my leg, and then it migrated to my lungs, and I had 8 tumours in my lungs and 1 tumour in my leg, and had chemo for 3 months, like dead set routine. Had it Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, went home and then did it again for 3 months straight. May 2013, I had my surgery where they cut out pretty much from a few inches down from my hip bone all the way down to about 2 inches underneath my knee. They cut all that out and replaced it. So now I've got a gold knee, a titanium femur, gold fillings and a silicone joint. And then...
Terminator.
And then I had some more chemo and it didn't quite work on my lungs, so I had to do surgery. So this year they did surgery and cut out 4 tumours in my right lung, and then I've still got 4 tumours in my left lung, but they're stable, so no need for chemotherapy. And yeah, that's me done.
That was one hell of a story.
Cheers, babe.
No props. Once upon a time in April the 18th, 2008, little me, mini me,
Seeing my eye.
was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in my bowel, which the poo comes out of. But yeah, I had like stomach pain a year before that and lots of other stomach pain leading up to it, and I got sent home several times with stomach pain, constipation and along the lines of that and stuff, but they never picked anything up until 18th of April, where I had like keyhole surgery, which I got the 3 scars on my stomach, my belly button, around there, and they took a bit of the tumour out, and yeah, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Lucky for me it didn't spread anywhere though, because I caught it quite early. Although non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is quite an aggressive cancer, it grows really fast, it also dies really fast in chemotherapy. So yes, they finally got me onto chemotherapy right away. It's like the night after. Like I was sent to Ward 3B and PMH, and yeah, I was put on chemotherapy for 8 months, around there, 7 months, around there. I feel like I'm quite lucky since I didn't have it as long as other people, so I feel like I'm such a lucky person. I had quite an easy one. Well, no cancer's easy, but yeah, that's my story.
Okay. Instagram questions time! Okay,
Alrighty.
I'm probably not gonna name who did them, because you guys got some really weird names. I can't pronounce them.
Do you want me to pronounce them?
Cinnamon Diesel? Dinson?
Cinnamon Diesel. We can pronounce some of them.
Okay,
I'll pronounce it too.
that one. Top one.
Alright. This was sent in by Sin Deason, I think. Sorry to pronounce that wrong, but what was the scariest part about being a young person with cancer? You can answer this one, I'll answer this one.
There's not really a scariest part. It's kind of all scary, but you know, cancer's cancer. It's scary whether you get it when you're old or whether you get it when you're young. I guess the fear is what's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna happen, so that's the scariest part. It's not like, am I gonna, because my cancer was never terminal from the start. I was always gonna get through this. So the scariest part is just what's gonna happen in between, I guess.
Yeah, and I suppose when you're younger, because I was quite young when I had it, I didn't really understand to a full extent. Like, say if you're old, you sort of know what's happening around you and what's going on. But with me, at the first month or so, I like had no clue. Like I thought I had an understanding, but I didn't. I thought I was in denial in a sense. Next question. This was sent in by the same person, and it was, how did you make time go by in the hospital?
Well, pretty much, because of the type of chemotherapy that I was under, it was called methotrexate, and it was high dose chemotherapy, so it was one of the highest that you could have. And pretty much after, they need to pump fluid into you to get it out of your body, because if it stays in your body for a really long time, it can actually cause really bad liver problems. So pretty much all I did was sleep and pee. And because chemo makes you tired, like beyond belief, you by the time you walk to the toilet and walk back, you literally have to sleep for 4 hours.
Before you can do it again.
Just to get your energy back to do it again. So I just pretty much sleep and peed, sleep and peed, sleep and peed.
Did you swell up when you had lots of fluid?
Yeah, I did. I was really bad.
My testicles were huge, like tennis balls huge. I was walking like, if you don't know who John Wayne is, do you know who John Wayne is? I was walking like him, like I've been riding horse for like 18 years straight. But yeah.
I think over one weekend, I put on almost 12 kilos of water.
Yeah, that's the same as me.
So like, you just...
My feet were like...
Yeah, you just like, they pump so much fluid into you that you can't actually pee it all out, so it just starts building up underneath your skin. And if you're like allergic to bee stings and you get stung on your face or on your hand and you swell up, that's like similar to what happens to us. We swell up we swell up like crazy. Like, I couldn't walk, I couldn't move my ankles because my ankles were swollen. My face was swollen. I couldn't see because my eyes were so swollen.
Yeah,
so they give you like a drug to make you pee, and then you start peeing like a litre an hour. And like literally you go from like swollen to like super skinny.
Yeah.
Like if you ever want to lose weight, I recommend getting that drug, because you go from like this to like almost like this, like crazy.
Yeah, and you have to, every time you have to pee in like a cardboard
like
type thing. And your parents or you or whatever, the same, especially when you poo as well, like they had to take it to a room and put your name on it. Hands down to my mother, or any mother that had to do it, or dad, they had to go in there and smell everyone's poo.
Shout out to Brianna, because she did my she did my pee, and then she walked in to the room where you have to take it, and someone did like the biggest note to it. It was like literally hanging off the cardboard bucket. And she was like, she had to write my name on it and what time I did it and stuff, and she was gagging. I swear she was gonna throw up. So.
And this is every single time you pee and poo, like.
It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, you still have to do it like every time. If you don't, you.
Especially if you're on lots of fluid, like every half an hour I'd have to pee, like 3:30, 3. I went backwards.
So 3, 3:30, 4. I don't know.
Yeah. Alright. Next question. I actually love your turtle. How did they tell you had cancer? How did they tell you had cancer, sorry.
Okay,
This was sent in by Brianna Bellix.
Okay, well, since I was 7, I'd done taekwondo, I did martial arts, and since about 10, 11, I did ice skating as well, so I was always on my legs, always doing a lot of stuff with my legs and my feet, and I think about 13, 14 months before I got diagnosed, I decided it'd be a good idea to get a skateboard. And so Brianna, shout out to Brianna again, she was trying to teach me how to skate, and I went down a hill and I lost control and I fell off and I sprained all the ligaments and tendons in my right ankle. And so I went to the doctors and they said, oh, go to physio, do some exercises and stuff and it'll get better. And then my knee started getting really sore for some reason, and so I started going to physio for my knee, and that went on for about a year before it just got, I was taking Panadol like 4 times a day for like a year straight pretty much. That's how painful it was. And so it just got too painful. Dad took me to the doctors, they got an x-ray and an MRI, and because my tumour is a bone tumour, it showed up straight on an x-ray, and that was it, done. So that didn't really answer the question, didn't it? No.
That was completely
so
but that's alright.
My doctor called my parents and said, we've had a look at our x-rays and it showed a tumour, like cancerous tumour, so we're going to go to like PET scan, CT, MRI with ink, MRI without ink, everything that you have to do. And yeah, Dad got the call, and then Dad told Mum, and then Dad told Danielle, which is my older sister, and then they all like sat down around the couch and then said, look, you know, we found out what's wrong with your knee and you've got cancer. So that's how my parents told me. Which kind of sucks, so I don't know why I'm smiling, but... How did your parents tell you?
I don't even remember, to be honest.
What are you doing? Why are you reporting this? Why are you reporting my users? They're not gonna like me, I'm reporting their comments.
I was just playing around with your phone, I must have accident. But yeah, practically the doctors, I went straight into chemo, like before I even knew, like, and I wasn't understanding what's going on or everything, and the doctor came out and told my dad and my mum when they were in the waiting room. And yeah, then they came and told me, and that's practically how it all started.
Reporting my users. How much school did you miss?
7 months? Around that area, like. But I went to school a few times in the hospital when I could be bothered, which I hated it. Because, you know, you can never be bothered going to school when you're sick, of course, but I tried to go as much as possible. But still didn't like it.
Okay. I missed out about 15 months of school, and because I would have been in year 10 when I got diagnosed. I would have been in year 10. I went for about the first 2 weeks about year 10, and then I was in hospital. So I had to repeat year 10, so I'm in year 10 again. And I missed about the first term of year 10 this year, so, but I'll catch up now. So yeah, it was about 15 months. How did you tell your school teachers, classmates, etc, etc?
I didn't really tell anyone, like, I don't think I had the energy or anyone, like, anything. Like, my parents told, like, my family friends, family, teachers, etc. They rang up the school.
Rang up.
But yeah.
Ring you up.
But yeah, that's really what happened. And then, like, I just messaged a few of my friends and told them, and they came to visit and stuff, and yeah.
Well, I had my first appointment, like cancer appointment. Stop moving. My first cancer appointment was, they like told me what type I had and stuff like that, and then, you know, I was pretty upset and stuff, and then I said, look, I gotta go tell my best friend. Like, he's been my best friend since like the day I met him, and I love him, and I had to tell him, like, I couldn't keep something from him. So as soon as I found out, he found out about a few hours after. I went down to school and told him, and it was emotional.
To school?
Yeah, I went down to school, after school, and I told him.
Wait, who were you talking about?
Lucas.
Okay. Oh.
So I couldn't keep something like that from him. So I went down to school and I told him straight away, and it was emotional, and we had a good cry, but we stayed strong. Still best friends, stayed strong. Okay.
Next question, you know. What's
How do you motivate yourself to keep fighting, Cade?
I don't know. I think you don't really have. Well, you have motivation, of course. Otherwise, you wouldn't keep going. But I don't know how I motivated myself. I thought, like, it was just natural to just keep going and keep pushing through the sickness. Although it wasn't terminal, but you just do it. It's just natural. It comes natural to you. You just keep pushing, and yeah, that sounds like I'm pregnant, but
keep pushing. You can do it.
It's a boy.
Yeah, you don't, when you're put into a position like that, like you do have cancer, there's no other choice pretty much to keep going. Like, you either keep going or you don't, and there's obvious consequences if you don't. So pretty much when the only option is to keep going, you just keep going, you just do it. And like, you feel like and you can't be bothered, but who cares, you just keep on doing it because you have to. Like,
nothing else you can do.
Did you ever get to the point where you thought of giving up? And if yes, what changed your mind? Yeah.
You go first. Yes.
No, I never got to that point. I'm very much, my personality very much shone through during my journey. I've never been someone who's wanted to shy out or has been afraid. I've always someone who's been very loud and crazy, and you know, I've always been someone like that. I've never been someone to just give up. I've always been someone, yeah, just like that, and like it never crossed my mind, you know, like it was just something that I didn't think about because I felt there was no need to think about it.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, same as her.
Just never did it. Hey guys, so it's an end to part 1 of the surviving cancer videos. Hope you enjoyed.
If you did, give it a big thumbs up.
Thumbs up and subscribe.
And we'll be uploading the next one in a few days.
Yep.
So anyway, enjoy.
Bye.